What's going on, guys? I won't be there this evening. It's been a busy week for me. As you guys know, we had someone pass away not that long ago. Everything's handled in that department, but the surviving partner, she went to a home for Alzheimer's, so we're divvying up the estate. So been busy with the truck and helping out there. Yesterday was pretty busy all day after about 2 o'clock. Son goes to therapy on Tuesdays, and since I didn't have to take my daughter to dance because those classes are out, I did the therapy thing while their mother handled the family thing, and then I'll be handling the family thing through Friday. Basically every day after like 2 o'clock, I'll either have the kids or doing something with them while that gets taken care of, and I'll probably be helping out. So this is a one-time thing, so I do apologize for the inconvenience, but I do want to get the update out now. Might as well. I think it's as good a time as any. We don't have a blank chart here, but these are the levels we've been talking about. Now, we were looking for the yearly VWAP here, which you can see was front run, very, very lovely front run here. What's the low? Low on the VWAP was 274, and price was 345. So roughly what, $70? So it kind of stinks. But you did get a very clean SFP if you were available to trade that. And then for me, if you were in the chat, for me it's just box to box. I'm counting this as a touch. You had everything you needed, of course, and then you're looking for the previous week low. And of course, where did we end up? We went through the weekly open and the caveman level here at 27,141, and I believe it's 27,113 respectively. Into this area of the chart. So if you recall, we had this old breaker at 27,356. We'd actually listed that previously in some just some day trading chats. But realistically, you went straight to, if we're looking at this from just a little educational series here, not series, but a part, what do you have, right? So we have a high, low, confirmed high, confirmed low, right? So these are our highs and lows. And so if we went from the last swing high to the current swing low, and you just drew this on over, right? We'll go down to like the hourly. There you go. So this is where you end up, okay? So you ended up at the gold pocket. Now you are back at some really, really key support here. And the reason I bring that up is, well, this is the previous week low. We'll go out to the weekly, and what you'll notice is this would be a lower close on the weekly should we start failing to close above the 12M1, which is 26,724.50, roughly $200 above us. Not the end of the world if we actually stayed above this towards the end of the week, but for me, pretty important area, because if we start giving this back up and living below it, it seems like we'll probably at least come back to back test, somewhere around 25,789, and you have that fresh daily level right here actually at 25,720. So you could very easily make a box right here, and from this local low, our lowest low, to here, this little blue zone, it's only like $50, but you would expect to see this area if 26,493 is not claimed as support in the immediate short term. And what I mean by that, when you look at it in the 5-minute, a little bit of a battle going on here. You can see that we got the move off of, I think it was the London low, if I recall. Yeah, London low, sweep right here, and you went straight back to the gold pocket, right? So that's all you did. Where's gold pocket to gold pocket? You've also got your VWAP up there. That was the weekly value area high. So a good spot to actually take a scalp short, which I did. And I've since closed it because it's come back up to the previous week low. So, yeah, I mean, as of right now, pretty neutral on this. It does remind me a lot of this right here. So I know a lot of people are saying this is bullish because it's not breaking down in wake of the news. We saw a lot of that last year right here. So you can see how it kind of just hung on and hung on and hung on until it no longer hung on. But what's the one thing that you notice off of something like this is you're failing to actually make a new high, right? You're not making any new highs, okay? So that's what we need to keep in mind here, is that we need to see a change of behavior if we're going to be bullish, right? It doesn't mean you can't buy support. Like if you guys bought this and you've still got some in the skin of the game, fucking hold on to it, man. But like, what do we need to necessarily see before we were looking at the monthly pivot? And I think that's still a good zone to take a peek at. We know where the quarterly pivot is, 24/7 down here at the weekly swing fail. Very well-known level, right? Getting back above these local highs and breaking out does put us back up to probably make a new high. And I would imagine at that time, if we're coming back above here, I'm really looking for this zone, but actually targeting all the way back up here and then so forth. I would actually expect that to push higher into the 30 to 32,000 range potentially. If it doesn't, which always a chance, you know, we should know where our local gold pocket is just in case. We always have those trappy regions. It's still right around that Q1 high. And let's take a peek at our quarterly range just because that is on the table. Yeah, I mean, if you break above the monthly pivot, I think that's fair. We just talked about how we haven't made any, no signs of strength. We're just doing this, right? So when we look at this as a whole, we're still just, see how we're just lower highs? Well, if we do this, there's also your point of control, and then you're back above it. I know it's very, very close to this high volume node here. That is not the point of control, and it doesn't show it's the point of control in ATAS for me either. But if you did something like this, I would be looking for that, right? And then you've got the legitimate falling wedge breakout, right? That's all that is, and I would expect the range to play out in fashion, meaning I'm expecting to see 29K plus, and that's how I'd want to trade that. So for me, really hinging here on 26,493 and holding this as support. If it does not, I expect to see us push back down and probably get a formal tap into this blue box over time. And the one pit stop area that I would keep an eye on would be the fresh daily. As simple as that. That daily and this local low, the lowest local low we have from back over here, make that little box we drew earlier. And that's where I'll be looking for scalp positions if available. But otherwise, I'd be looking for this box formally. And you guys know where I stand on this. If we lose 24/7, I do think that these are bounce territory. I think these is a very tradable region, but I really do start to look for the gap fill from CME right here. Okay, oops. This is CME, and all I have up right here, guys, this is your 6 month. This is your quarterly and your previous week low for CME. Okay, so when we look at CME, you can see why this previous week low is so important. You lose this, you're heading back to the bottom of the channel, and what did we just talk about? Previous support at 24/7, 25/2, a formal touch of the VWAP, right? Whereas to the upside, I think 27, we'll call it 27.6 still. I think that's still the range to get above, and if you do, I would expect a challenge to break out of this quarterly regression, right? That's what we'd be looking for. So anything above the monthly pivot, and this chart got ugly, right? Let's zoom in so you guys can really see how ugly it is. Let's get rid of the caveman level. It's just not necessary. Okay, so anything above 27.6, that monthly pivot, you gotta be looking for probably another $2,000 plus. That's a lot of move to get in on a breakout. I normally wouldn't advise trading breakouts, but that would be one where I'd be interested in it as long as we don't swing fail again up into this Q2 open. But the only swing fail I'd be aware of that's on my radar is this one right above here, because we do have a naked point of control there from the Asia session. If you guys recall, we've been talking about that for some time. Up here, it's also the May VWAP close, right? So swing fail up here, that's always on the table. However, I do kind of favor if we get this high, we do something like this, and off we go, and that's it. So that's really the levels. It's tough. My bias has been we'll hit 24/7, and I'm sticking with that, to be honest with you, for right now. Unless this week we'll see strength, right? So if that bias is going to change, we'll see this strength right here. We'll start reclaiming the yearly pivot first, right? So that yearly pivot, living above that first, is going to be the key, and then we want to see 27.6, and then so forth and so forth. Man, I kept this to 10 minutes. Good for me. I won't be available for Debate Crypto tomorrow because of everything going on. I'm pretty sure. I haven't told them yet because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to or not. So, but I will be around every morning. I'm at my computer between 7 and 8 a.m. Believe it or not. Max usually sends me some memes or something, and I laugh at them. But I'm just not a morning social person. You guys can always message me if you have a question and I haven't gotten around to it, or tag me in the group. Even better, in the classroom. But I wanted to keep this short and sweet. We're not changing a whole lot here. We're really only adding one level, and that is this daily here at 25.7 as that pit stop level. The previous week low and the quarter or the yearly pivot, really, really important. Yearly pivot specifically, previous week low specifically. Hang on to this. You can challenge the yearly pivot, get above the yearly pivot. You're also back in the quarterly range. and we try to run it to the point of control, which gives us the potential for that break upwards into like the 29.5, 30K, 30.8K, etc., and you get that really clean, what's the word I'm looking for? You get that really clean swing trade, right? To the flip side of that, if you're still short from up here or right here, there's been no reason to close that trade either unless we see that sign of strength above the yearly pivot. So again, if there's questions, Max has done a great job in his update section, so hats off to him. This thing's going to 10:30, so let's go ahead and end it. And thank you guys for watching. And if you have questions, to do, tag me. And then appreciate any of you that understand that just got family stuff going on. It's a one-time thing, and we're back at the charts Monday morning, or not Monday morning, but Monday at per the usual. Let's put it that way. Usual business on Monday. So thanks again. We'll catch you later.